Hey guys, it's Jill. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. Today we're going to be doing a get ready with me and we're going to be actually talking about, I have a topic in mind that I want to talk about. Before we get into today's get ready with me, I do want to say a huge thank you to Dossier for partnering with me on today's video. I love Dossier so much because they are a fair alternative to luxury perfumes website, and their perfumes are inspired by your favorite iconic scents. And they start at only $29. And not only do they have inspired by your favorite designer scents for a super inexpensive price, but they also have a try before you decide program where you can order up to 5 scents at a time. And you can try each fragrance before making any commitment at all. You can return any bottles you choose not to keep within 30 days, no questions asked. Return shipping is on them. So that's really awesome that you don't even have to pay for the return shipping. Their formulas are clean, vegan, cruelty-free, non-toxic, environmentally friendly, no nasty, useless, or harmful ingredients. And if all of that is not amazing enough, listen to this. When you return your product because you don't like the scent for whatever reason, or you decide to return it, for whatever reason you decide to return it, they give all of the return products to the charity Give Back Box, which is a nonprofit organization that shares their perfumes with 60 plus charities all over the United States. So Dossier was actually found out of a desire to make premium fragrances accessible to everybody. With Dossier, enjoying clean, ethically sourced, long-lasting, high-end perfume is within reach. And I love what they stand for and everything, and that everything is so inexpensive. You can take a quiz so they can help you discover your new favorite scent, where you can shop their perfumes. Again, they are high-end inspired, so YSL, Chanel, Dior, Jo Malone, Tom Ford, Gucci. Those are just to name a few. So many high-end fragrances that you can shop, and again, they're starting at $29. So yeah, again, huge thank you to Dossier for partnering with me. Everything's going to be linked down below. Don't forget to also, there is a locator for Walmart locations because they are now in over 1,500 Walmarts as well. And don't forget to use my coupon code, which is also linked down below in the description box. Now, let's go ahead and get started. I'm not going to really talk about makeup so much. We are going to just put it on, and I will list everything that I use in the description box. So if there's anything that you like, go down to the description box. It'll be there, and you can purchase from that. But basically, I am going to be using the Modern Renaissance palette, and I want to use these pinks. So I'm just going to kind of give you an idea of what I'm planning to use, and then burnt orange in the crease. Maybe a little bit of this right here on the lid. So that's where we're going with this, I think. I think that's the direction we're going. But basically, for the longest time, first of all, I really wanted to make sure that I was ready to date. And not just ready, but I mean, I guess in the aspect of the fact that I was wanting to be more so healed. And I knew for the longest time I could not listen to R&B songs. I could not listen to love songs. Like, literally, I would hear them on the radio and I'd just be like, gross. Like, I don't even want to hear it. It just literally disgusts me. It made my stomach turn. And I knew right then and there, like, Hallmark movies, freaking love them. Love them. Always have. All of a sudden, I'm not able to watch them. And I'm just like, what the heck? It was really bothering me. So I just knew that I had a lot of work to do on myself. So if you guys don't know me, I separated, I don't know if it was like 2016 or 2017. I keep forgetting when I actually left him, but it's one of those years. So I've been single between like 6 and 7 years. I got divorced in 2019, so I've been divorced for 4 years. And I really just now have gotten to the point where I'm like, okay, I can listen to like R&B. And I know that this sounds weird, but it's my reality. So I just kind of wanted to share, just in case there's any of you watching this that feel the same and you kind of feel like I felt like, what the heck, there's something wrong with me. Like all of these things that I used to like, all of this music that I used to like, all of these movies I like to used to watch, I can't watch them anymore. Like I feel so broken and this and that. No, girl, you just need time, you know, do some more healing. Figure out, you know, date yourself. I have dated myself for a few years now, especially this past year. I really started dating myself and trying to figure out what is it that I like? What is it that I want? Learning to set boundaries, that was huge for me. Huge, huge, huge. Setting boundaries. If you see red flags in people, run. Don't keep making excuses for them. So anyways, once I started realizing I can watch these movies again, I can listen to this music and not get sick to my stomach, I was like, okay, I feel like we're like ready to date. But I have felt also for the longest time that I just wasn't going to be able to find anyone. I wasn't going to be able to date because I'm plus size. I'm not society's standard of beauty. And therefore, I'm just never going to find anyone. And I want to make this video for those of you that are also in that frame of mind. Listen, I don't know, there are some people out there that have been plus size their whole lives. And then there's some of you like me who have been thin and know what it's like to not be able to go into a freaking store or really anywhere without getting hit on. And then all of a sudden you gain weight and it's like you're literally invisible, like you don't even exist. And people talk about all the time confidence. And this might be a heated subject or a controversial subject or whatever. But let me tell you, I'm just talking on the apps, okay? I'm not talking about out in the real world as a plus size woman. I did me a little experiment a couple years ago and I was like, you know what? I am tired of all of these men. Either basically no one's asking me out. They're expecting me to just, and I understand that thin women go through this too. I get this. I'm basing this on my experience and what I personally have been through. But just going through these apps and being like, there's no one asking me out. Like people just want to like meet up at a club or, you know, from there, let's go home together. Or it was basically like no one was taking me serious. No one wanted me for anything more than sex. And that was really freaking frustrating. So I was just like, I'm so tired of this. I want to do a little experiment. And I literally posted old pictures of me. And let me tell y'all, these pictures are crap quality. Because I literally took pictures of an actual picture with my phone and then I uploaded it, and I'm like, dudes are gonna be like, they're gonna know that this is like, the quality is off and this and that. No, they didn't. I went from having a few dudes in my inbox, you know, asking me to like come home with them basically, or saying that they don't want anything serious and that they just want to hook up or whatever, to men flooding my inbox saying, I want to take you out. When can I take you out? Is this really you? Like, oh my gosh, you are gorgeous. Da da da. So I was just like, okay, so I'm not over here just tripping. Like this is not in my head, because so many times I would tell people, look, a lot of men are not going to want to date me because of my size. Like I remember what it was like. And then everyone would be like, no, no, no. You just got to exude confidence, da da da. And I would show people my pictures and I'm like, tell me that this picture does not exude confidence. I am confident in my pictures. You know what I mean? So I'm like, you cannot convince me otherwise that there is a difference, and it's not about confidence. It's the fact that I was more desirable when I weighed 140 pounds. It was very heartbreaking to see. Now, I want to say this, now that I'm actually like really dating to find my future husband. So honestly, I am thankful for like the few guys that are in my inbox that I'm matching with, that are actually reaching out to me. Like I was saying, I'm only really putting my interest in one guy and putting my energy into one guy. And it's not really because of anything other than, girl, I can't keep stuff straight. I can't keep you straight from you. And not only that, he's really the only person at this time that's worthy of my time. So why? Because we're wanting to also play this narrative, don't put your eggs in one basket, da-da-da, you should be talking to so many men until you're exclusive. Yeah, I get that. I'm 100%. So like if I meet someone at the grocery store and they ask me out, am I going to say no because I'm talking to this dude? Absolutely not, because he's not my boyfriend. But I also know that I don't have a desire to be talking to like 20 men on these apps. And that's where I feel like I'm learning to understand that this is like a blessing for me. Because also, listen to this. The men that I have dated in the past, when I was at my thinnest, which you have already seen pictures, I have shown pictures. So just remember that picture. Because I look back at these pictures and I'm like, literally thought that I was fat. And the reason why I thought I was fat is because these men that I was with would literally check out other women right in front of my face. Like I'm like sitting here having a conversation with you and you were literally just ignoring me, just looking at other women. I hated going out with these men because I already knew what was going to happen. Talk about knowing that they weren't faithful. I mean, come on. You know what I mean? But that's what I felt like I deserved. So that's just what I continued to deal with. No more. I definitely have standards now. And I definitely have boundaries where it's like, hey, if I see a guy doing that, like, I'm not interested in you. Like, period. That's such a freaking turn off for me. I literally had a man tell me, I lived in Atlanta at the time, if you just lost 5 more pounds, you would be the baddest in Atlanta. What did you just say to me? Because I thought that I should be, in your eyes, like the baddest in Atlanta, period. So I just thought that I was so disgusting. I thought I was so fat. And I look back at these pictures of myself at that size and I'm like, dang. You were so freaking beautiful. You were so thin. Dude over here sitting here telling me that basically I'm not thin enough. I'm not pretty enough. Because I'm not thin enough. Or because I'm not thin enough for him. He doesn't think I'm thin enough. Like, dude, get out of my face. I literally had a boyfriend tell me, if you gain weight, I'm not going to love you anymore. I'm not going to find you attractive. So basically, what I'm looking for as I'm dating as a plus size woman is a man who is attracted to my heart, a man who's attracted to my brain, a man who's attracted to what's on the inside, not all out here. Like, yes, I want you to be attracted to me on the outside as well, but I don't want that to be all I am. And I have felt in previous relationships when I was thin, that's all I was a pretty face and a nice body. And so for me, as I'm dating, I'm looking for men, and I'm only giving my energy to men who I feel are going to be supportive and like, okay, I like you now, and I also am going to like you when you lose weight. Because it's not about your body for me, it's about your mind. It's about what you bring to the table. It's about your personality. It's about all of that. It's about me just wanting to take care of you and be there for you and love on you and protect you. You know what I mean? Like all the things that we want from men to do for us, you know? So yeah, I want someone that's going to want me, support me, would never dare say anything like that to me. And so I would love to meet someone. And that's why I was like, you know what? I'm going to date. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to date. I'm not going to have all these expectations of, oh, I'm disappointed because my inbox isn't like full of men like it would be if I was thin. Because I'm sitting here looking at it and I'm like, you know what? How did the men treat you when you were thin? Like, you still weren't enough. Like, you still weren't good enough. And yes, I know that, again, this is not all men. This is the men that I personally chose. So basically, I'm doing this video to kind of talk about my experience of dating as a plus size woman versus straight size, and how my thought process on the whole dating part of it has changed. Where it was at first, I'm not going to find someone who wants me. I'm so disappointed because my inbox, and I'm not matching with all these men, whereas I know if I were thin, I would be matching with a ton of men. I'm not this, or it's not that. And I'm just basically considering it a blessing, because I hear women who do have inboxes or matches, like hundreds of them, and they're having to basically, it's more work. I also am not in a hurry. I'm not in a hurry. I'm not like, oh my gosh, I have to settle down today. Oh my gosh, I have to start dating today. I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna put my profile out there, and I'm just gonna put it out into the universe and pray to God that whoever is supposed to be in my life, they're gonna find me. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I'm gonna keep dating myself. I'm gonna keep my options open. I'm going to keep my profile up on these apps. I'm going to keep strong in my standards and what I'm looking for, and not sway from them, no matter who it is, no matter what they look like. Because that's something that when I first started dating, I was like, I kept making excuses. My camera just cut off. But basically, like, when I first started getting on the apps, when I was separating from my husband, or separated from him, I think it was like a year after I had separated from him, I got on them. But it was just constant, like, I knew I was looking for something more serious, but when men weren't offering that, it was like, okay, like, I'll get what I can take. And that's not me anymore. Like, I'm just being very patient and just kind of waiting for my man to find me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing a whole bunch of work. And some people, again, are not going to agree with this. But I'm just sharing that this has been my journey on the dating apps and whatnot. I don't go out a whole ton, so I can't really talk about any experiences with, being out and meeting men, because that's just not my personal experience. So for me, dating apps have been really, really helpful. So yeah, in no way do I want anyone to think that, like, because you're plus size, you're not beautiful, or you're not any of all of the views and all of the things I have stated in this video is not to be taken personally by anyone out there that is plus size. This is my experience and my opinion and my body and self-confidence issues that I've had to work through. So let me know what you guys think. What has been your experience dating as a plus size woman? Have you been able to match with a lot of men? I really honestly have not had that experience. That has not been my experience, but I know that that is not everyone's experience. And like I said, everyone's experience is going to be individualized and personalized to them. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I just want to reiterate, in no way am I being fat phobic. In no way am I talking down about plus size women. I am myself a plus size woman. I'm just sharing my experience, and I'm also sharing my desires, which is to obviously meet someone. And that's just based on my past experiences with men who have been very, very, very mean to me about my weight and my body size, that basically I wasn't worthy if I wasn't a size 8. And I don't want that for myself again. Like, I want the man that I'm looking for, the man that I'm going to marry, is going to be like the biggest cheerleader of mine. He's gonna want me whatever size I am. So I'm never gonna have this fear of like, oh my gosh, if I gain 40 pounds or if I lose 40 pounds, he's not gonna want me anymore. I want to find my best friend, and I also want to find someone who's going to be able to look past what I look like, because we all know looks change, they fade. As you continue to get older, your body is continually changing. So, you know, all of that fades, all of it goes away. And I have had so many people in the past just focus so much on what I look like that I don't want that anymore. And I know a lot of these apps is based on what you look like. That's why I personally like eHarmony, because of the fact that it matches you with people based on personality types and stuff like that. So I think that that's really cool too. And in no way am I like really promoting eHarmony, but I do prefer eHarmony out of all of them so far, and I know everyone has their own preference as well. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you are new here, and don't forget about Dossier. Huge thank you to them for sponsoring today's video. Everything's going to be linked down below, including the locator to see if Dossier is in a local Walmart near you. The locator is going to be down below in the description box. The link for you guys to purchase, if you want to purchase it online, is going to be linked down below in the description box. And also do not forget to use coupon code Missgreeneyes5 to save 5% off your order. I love you guys. Let me know in the comments down below your dating stories, whether it's horror stories or really good stories. I'm in the mood to hear some really good dating stories. So let's share those if you have them in the comments down below. And of course, if you have horror stories that you want to share those as well. But let me know what you think of this type of video. And until next time, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.